Kia ora, everyone, and welcome back to Mucky Hope Productions. I'm your host, Mucky Hope. And oh my God, what a night, what a week. We have the winner of Australia versus the world. And I'm so honored tonight, guys, because we had a couple people drop out, but I realized that these two people started all this shit with me, right all the way back from the very start. We talked about David Gannett, the Golden God. Turns out he didn't even really matter that much this season, as he was the second one out. But we started this, guys. We started talking about Australia versus the world, and I'm so honored. I'll start off with a handsome man on my far right. He's all the way over from South Africa, and it's the first boot of the season. It is good old Richard. How's it going, man?
Yeah, I mean, I've been enjoying the season, literally from who was booted out first to who won at the end, sort of, because, but we'll talk about that,
Yeah, and now that I've officially met her, I can say with full confidence she is my favorite Australian. Everyone, please welcome the amazing Michelle.
Woo! Hi.
Ooh.
Hi. Oh my God.
Yeah. No, thank
How
you.
was it?
Huh?
How's
Michelle?
Yeah.
Oh, it was great.
He came to a watch party, so he finally got to be there, and actually it was packed. And it was really noisy, especially during the fire challenge and the read of the votes. But it was lots of fun.
It was so funny because Michelle was just in despair watching Cirie do the fire making. She was so
I saw Lisa Kime and I was like, that's insane.
It was awful. So bad. And then Mucky said, do you need a drink? I said, well.
I was going to give Michelle a drink, but no, she was fine. We do have a couple of comments here. One's here from Survivor Twist. Dropouts, how dare they? I agree. How dare you actually have a personal life outside of podcasting? And then we've got, sorry, I'm doing this from my phone, so I literally have to do it one by one. One here from Brendan. Hi, Richard, Michelle, Survivor Twist, and all the regulars. Well, hello to you too, Brendan. Thank you so much for helping me do the, what's it called? The test for the phone versus laptop on the crappy hotel, hotel Wi-Fi. One here from Char Dude. So awesome getting to meet you at the watch party, Char Dude. Hopefully you're doing really well. Hey y'all, what an amazing what an end to such an amazing season. I agree. Phenomenal ending. One here from Alan. Hopefully the live tonight's doing way better than last week, Alan. But hi everyone, Michelle. I have to get back into Survivor Brain after watching the Amazing Race. Yeah, that was a good episode of the Amazing Race, Michelle.
It's amazing. And actually, you know what I found out today? The reality guy actually found out that last night's premiere had ratings that were higher than any of the Survivor episodes, which I thought was amazing. Yes.
Oh, that is so good.
Yeah,
you know, hurrahs to the Amazing Race, but we'll save all that for Thursday night when Michelle.
When Michelle, everyone will get my thoughts.
Yeah, we'll all talk about the Amazing Race then, but tonight it's all about Survivor. Like, what is the Amazing Race? I don't even know. And a comment here from Jenny. Welcome to live, Jenny. JLP was at Parv's LA finale watch parties. Clear Parv. I mean, I think everyone kind of prefers JLP over Jeff at this point, but you know, there's a discussion for another time. But Michelle, Parvati wins, right? Spoiler alert, by the way. If you
want?
But Michelle, the Parvati wins Australia versus the world, right? She has now claimed the global title.
Yep.
Is she the best player in Survivor, period?
Well, you see, I put this to my group today. I said, of the 3 two-time winners, which one is the best?
Yeah.
At the minute, Parvati's winning, but I think a lot of that is, it could be recency bias. It could be just a lot of Aussies who haven't seen the other two. Basically, you should only be voting if you've seen all 3 and all their games. But then a lot of the super fans are actually saying Tony because he won Winners at War. And it's always harder to play against people who are good at the game and have played it before and know exactly all the moves. but isn't that like the Australian season? So yeah, it's a toss-up. I mean, I can't really. I know people are going to hate that I can't make a decision because they think I should be going for Tony, especially the super fans. But really, I'm tossing up between them.
Yeah, because
Richard. Oh, sorry, after you, bro.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think for me, I think even Tony said it that even though he's a two-time winner, he doesn't rate it because he says he became a two-time winner in a season where it was guaranteed whoever wins is going to become a two-time winner. But at least with Parvati, she's made it to 3 finals and won 2 of them. People say she was supposed to win the other one, but she didn't. But I think the fact that she's the only two-time winner that's made it to 3 finals sets her apart from the rest. So
yeah. Well, I mean, it's like, yes, you could make the argument that Tony, like, anyone who won that season was going to be the next two-time winner.
Yes.
But I think it's Tony's game, and that season makes him so legendary as well. But it's also hard because, yes, you might have some of the greatest winners in the cast, even though a lot of the more larger-than-life legends like your Robs, Yules, Sandras, like Tyson's, Natalie's were all like pre-merge. Well, I guess Tyson and Natalie came back. Which cast is more stacked then? The international greatest players to ever play, or like the winners at war?
Winners at war, without a doubt. Yeah.
How about you, Michelle? Like, which cast was more stacked? Winners at war or Australia?
Oh, Winners at War? Are you kidding me? Look at who was in that thing. I'm sorry that. Nothing.
But look
could
who's in Australia versus the world.
But a whole cast of winners. Like,
it's insane.
Amazing.
Unheard of. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I've just been finding it such an interesting discussion, like across all the different, Facebook groups and online in regards to, is Parvati a better winner? Is Tony a better winner? Is Sandra even a better winner? But, great job to Parvati. Michelle, like, what did you think of Parvati's win? Like, obviously, we were at the watch party together. There's a lot of people very upset that Luke didn't win. I was one of those people as well. But, yeah, like, did you like that Parvati won this season?
Of course. She had the best game. But hands down. I mean, Luke, I know there was a lot of discussion today about, well, Luke fought from the bottom. He had to claw his way through. However, he was hardly ever on the right side of the votes. He had his name written down. Parvati never had her name written down. She was always on the right side of the vote. She got everyone to love her, even though she was this massive threat. They got rid of all the male threats, but kept her. And that's a testament to females and their social game and how we can manipulate people in a nice way where they don't feel as though they're being manipulated. I mean, I don't know. We do it to men all the time. And sometimes we don't even think we're doing it. We don't know we're doing it. It's just something innate. And I know a lot of women will be out there going, no, I don't do that. But sorry, everyone does something. I mean, I see it with the 4 and 5-year-olds, with their fathers at school. You can see they're around their little fingers. They just have to do minor things.
Yeah.
And the dads are there for them, So her social game is just amazing. But she backs it up with her strategic game and she can win challenges. So she's not a one-trick pony.
Yeah. Well, there's actually something so funny about Parvati because right now Australia vs. the World's airing in New Zealand and they're only up to episode 3. So my grandparents are like way far behind than what we're up to. And so I'm sort of hearing from them, what do you think of the season? Because I'm not very strategy heavy people, right? They're like your Colbys, your Sam Webbs. And they're like, I don't like Parvati. All she does is just flirt with people to get her way. But I like David, though. He does the same thing.
Yes.
He does the same thing.
Exposed.
Yeah, exactly. I love my grandparents, but But Richard, like something that I find so interesting, right, especially about Parvati, is that with a lot more of these, especially older contestants, like you look at someone like Rob, obviously he's gotten like quite a bit older, so he's not as good as challenges as what he used to be, but the strategy and the social game is still there. But with Parvati, like, not only her strategy and social games still there, but she was also a challenge beast this whole season as well. Like, she's almost just as good or even better than what she was in her prime time of like Micronesia and Heroes versus Villains as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
She's well, she's quite fit, and she does a lot of core strength with doing Pilates and yoga and all that. And that helps. Obviously, things like we have to balance things. It's a lot harder, but she's got her balancing herself down pat.
Yeah, what I personally didn't like about this season is that there were zero puzzles. I think it was just all physical or endurance or strength type of challenges the whole time.
Yeah, but there's also very strange Survivor.
Puzzle.
Yeah, but I feel like there's also very strange Survivor to its core. Like, I don't really remember in a lot of previous seasons there being like huge like puzzle challenges, but they really do love their like, all right, we've got the battle of the beefcakes. You know, David and Rob is like the first challenge we see, right? You know, these two enormous muscular giants, and then you got like Parv and Cass, you know, holding up the block with their feet for hours and hours.
Kirby,
sorry, I'm
sorry, I've just read.
I did Pilates and I did Pilates and end up in a wrist splint for 2 months. Parvati doesn't win Survivor twice.
Yep.
Sorry, that was good.
Oh yeah. And a commentary from the Vault. Welcome to the live Vault. Hope you're doing well, brother. Does Oz Survivor? Sorry, they were always physical. Let's get 2 more lawsuits. Yeah, true. Hopefully, no lawsuits for this season though. Well, I mean, I guess let's talk about the final tribal as a whole. Sort of like talk about in reverse order. So, like Parvati, like I feel like she answered every question perfectly, but with Luke. Like, did he get stage fright or something like that? You know, like I recall there was a question from Tommy about how, like, you know, why should we vote for you? You're wanting to do Aussie Strong, or how about we do like World Strong? And Luke's like, oh, I try to work with you, but you stuffed it. You know, like you did this wrong, you did that wrong, and I felt like that just came across a bit wrong.
Yeah.
Almost, you know what I mean? Like, I don't. What did you guys think of Luke's final tribal council performance?
Look, I think how I saw it, it was a bit of a hit and miss. But I think he tried to. I mean, if I compare to how he did in the fire challenge, it's almost like he built the fire and things were like, okay, Luke could win, and then the fire goes down. It's like, oh, he said something wrong to the jury, and then it builds up, goes down. So yeah, it was more of a roller coaster than a, upward trend.
Yeah. No, what a great fire challenge that as well. Like felt so close. Like, who would have thought that Cirie finally knows how to make a fire after 5 seasons of playing the show? She knows how to make a fire.
So close. And the watch party was so happy when she was nearly going to win it, and they were all cheering, and I was like, yes, and then it went down again. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But at least she learned how to do it properly this time.
Yeah. Do you guys reckon that maybe like the trauma of not being able to start it with Sarah, you know, was like, crap, I actually got to learn how to make fire now, just in case of it comes up again?
Like, they didn't even show them practicing, because I know for the USA game, it's always guaranteed that at Final Four there's fire. But like here, they didn't show Cirie or Janine practicing fire once, like the whole time.
Yeah. A commentary from the Vault that I do want to bring up as well. Luke, unfortunately, isn't the greatest wordsmith, can't articulate well. Good player, would never be great. Yeah, I do sort of wonder that about Luke Michelle, you know, where Luke has got a great story to him, right? And he's also a great player. He's one of my favorite players in all the history of Survivor. And I was so excited to see him come back this season. But I feel like maybe he needs a longer game in order to kind of do better than maybe the short, fast, snappy gameplay. Because we saw he kept on trying to rally numbers, but it just wasn't really rallying, you know?
But possibly. However, if he does have a longer game and does have more moves to talk about at Tribal, is he able to answer the question succinctly and give a good, response the jury are going to like. I mean, we saw things that he said that he didn't pander to the jury, which he needs to. And he basically told it like it was, which isn't garnering you votes. You need to tell it like it is, but also make the jury feel warm and fuzzy and like you to the point that they'll vote for you.
Yeah. But Richard, how much of it was maybe Luke not articulating his answers well versus Parvati's played a phenomenal game the entire season?
I think it's more of Parvati played a phenomenal game. I mean, she said it herself. She was one of the biggest threats coming to the game, especially as a winner. She didn't get voted for, not even once. She won a lot of challenges, social game good, people really like her. Strategy, she's never been on the wrong side of any vote. So it doesn't really get any perfect than that. I mean, if anything, for it to be more perfect, she should have gotten like a unanimous win. But obviously, Sarah, the super fan, had too bloody. But yeah.
I mean, like, it's still a pretty much unanimous win. It was 6-1. You get what I mean? Like, I would still consider that a pretty much near unanimous win. Comment here from Jenny. Some fans think Luke has taken George's spot on the Australian Survivor Mount Rushmore with David, Haley, and Shawnee after the season. Well, towards the end of the podcast, we'll definitely be talking about who we think is the Mount Rushmore of Australian Survivor. But Michelle, I'd love to know, what could Luke have done differently to maybe have taken the win? Was it him not playing the idol for Shawnee at the final 5, or like was there anything more specific than that you reckon he needed to have done to have won the season?
Look, I think the turning point for him was actually, grouping himself with Parvati and Cirie. However, it was very late in the piece. He'd made all the mistakes before then. It's very hard to explain a great game if you're only pivoting right near the end, and you've done all these other things wrong before then.
Yeah. I mean, Richard, something that I think about was definitely a flaw in Luke's game, where I feel like a lot of this season, it was giving us hints of, like, Luke's flashbacks of season 4, right? He sees the ball challenge. He, like, remembers how that was the challenge that sent him home. He's like, Janine, I will save you, but you got to guarantee me fire making. He wins the fire making. This whole thing is, I just need to get to the end. But very similar to season 4, he made a crazy move at the final 5, pretty much took control of the game for that vote by saving Pia and taking out Abby. But we see him do like a crazy thing at final 5 with the idol and individual immunity, but he doesn't make the big move. Do you think that there was also a huge knock against this game?
Yeah, but I think his point was that the people he wanted to work with, which were the internationals, didn't seem like they were talking to him after he had made the suggestion that we should all work together. So I think his only choice of getting to the end was working with people like Cirie, Pav, who are big threats in the game to win. But if you want to get to the end, you need to go with people that want to take you. And the internationals didn't seem like they wanted to work with Luke and Shawnee. So he didn't have a choice, either or.
Yeah. And Michelle, let's move on to Janine, who comes third place. She doesn't get any votes to win. I like Janine a lot as a player. She seems like a cool person, but maybe it's one of those things where it's like if the season was longer, she might have had more time to like maneuver and move around and stuff. But, taking herself to the end against Australia's treasure, against, the best to never win in America and seen as one of the greatest threats. Like, do you think Janine was always destined to lose, or do you think Janine had any shot to?
She never had a chance.
Yeah,
never.
Even that speech. Jesus
I'm sorry,
Christ.
Never.
Yeah.
And sorry, she dug her own grave as well. She was never going to get any votes anyway. But the opening line, I don't care about the money. It's just all about the win. You don't say that. Yes, if you don't care about the money, but you don't actually say it out loud to the jury who are going to give you money. Like, no.
Yeah.
It's stupid. Stupid. Why?
And I did find that pretty funny. I did find it pretty funny how she's like, so with all that said, I played a flawless game, and it just cuts to everyone on the jury be like,
I know.
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I know at the watch party, everyone just looked around at that point and went, what?
Yeah,
What? Are we watching the same game?
Yeah. No, but how about you, Richard? Like, do you think maybe if Janine voted out Luke at the Final Four, which I know Kahuna and I at the time were like, if Janine votes out Luke, we're going to cancel like her company boosters.
Yeah.
But do you think if she had made that move and actually voted out Luke, that might have given her a shot to win, or do you think she was just doomed to fail?
Yeah, I think she was pretty much doomed to fail because I think her only pitch to win at the end is that I played a loyal game and I can prove it. But unfortunately, if the person you're loyal to is a bigger character socially, strategically, and challenge-wise, then yeah, you're loyal to the person that's going to beat you, and I don't think that works for you in the long run. Had she voted out Luke, maybe it gives a point, but if you're sitting next to Cirie and Parv, you're just hoping that the votes are split between them, then you end up winning by chance or because you're Australian. But I don't know. But I wish she did it. So I see Cirie sitting at the end, but obviously it didn't pan out that way, which it sucks. Also, can you talk about what Sarah's question?
Yeah, go
yes,
for it.
I was just going to bring that up. How good was that question, right? You know, calling out Janine for throwing her under the bus to Kirby, and she's like, "Oh yeah, but you know, I did at this point," and she's like, "No, not there, not there," and then getting Kirby to back her up as well. Oh, such a good moment. But I think by that point, I think everyone knew, yeah, Janine's not getting a single vote. You know, like she's pretty cooked. But how about the Final Four, right? Cirie, she goes on fire making again. It's her third fire making challenge that she's lost, which ironically 2 of them was in the exact same season. It's just pretty funny to think about. Michelle, obviously you were absolutely devastated. Yeah, like share your thoughts with everyone in regards to Cirie and her season. Yeah,
like, what,
your thoughts, your feelings, everything.
Again. Like, she did really well though this time, I have to say, and it's just so frustrating for the Cirie fans out there. Just not again. Come on. She has never gone out of the game normally.
In a normal way, yeah.
Oh, this she has never gone out properly of Survivor.
Yeah. So it was fire making, surprise final 2 instead of final 3. She then got idled out where she had a 6-person majority and JT just randomly flipped to the other side. Obviously, immunity train, like, you know, in Game Changers that no one likes to talk about, which how good was that moment when Janine's like
Advantage again.
Sorry, not Armageddon. But like, how good was that moment when Janine's like, "Hey guys, it's the final 6. Can you like not vote me out because this is where I got voted out?" And Cirie was like, "Yeah, I got eliminated 6-2 without any votes." And Lisa was like, "Oh my god, I can't hear this anymore." And walked out. And now she's out fire making again, though. Like, what's going to happen in season 50, Michelle? Rocked out.
Armageddon.
What has she got left? She's got medevac.
Yeah.
Rock
or quit. She never. She wouldn't quit.
Rocked out. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the 2 unusual things that could happen to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Can you imagine if she gets taken out by like fire again? Because wasn't this Final Four fire making challenge? Wasn't that made to help players like your Ciries, your Malcolms, your Aubreys, who make the 4? You know, your Wentworths and stuff. So yeah, they'll be like
Oh, Jenny rocked out.
He gets divided out at Ghost Island. Yeah. Oh yeah,
she could get rocked out if they tie and then they go to rocks.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. but hopefully it doesn't happen. I mean, when I look at Cirie, I'm being happy that she ended up that Cirie becomes Wanda.
The
Oh,
Wonder.
the
You're calling a Palau. Yeah. Imagine that. Season 15. Jeff is like, all right, so we've got 24 people here, but we only want to start with 20. And Cirie's the one that's not, one of the people not chosen. That would be devastating.
That wouldn't happen. That wouldn't happen.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, like, looking at how Cirie ended up getting the fight at the end reminded me of what happened in Game Changers when she couldn't go on the balancing beam thing. She kept on failing and failing, but eventually she got there. And I think she said the same thing, that she's always so close to getting there, but it's never just quick enough. And unfortunately, yeah. But let's hope she wins 50. But I think if she doesn't, I think she's probably gonna retire there. But she's like 51 or 55. Yeah, she's pretty old. Yeah, hang the hat.
Yeah, and like something that we're going to be talking about in regards to some of the Australians and other legends on the season, right? But it's like, when do we think is their last time? Because Parvati's announced that she's not playing Survivor again.
She's
Obviously,
done,
David's not going to be playing again because he's now the host
Johnny's
of the
not
show.
playing.
Shawnee, yeah.
Janine won't play.
Yeah. Like, do you guys reckon season 50 is Cirie's last go?
Yeah.
Yeah, she said she wants to like wrap her Survivor story in a bow, and she said Survivor 50 feels like the perfect season to sort of like round it all up. Then she'll play any other game except for Survivor after that. Yeah.
Yeah, we do have a hot take here by the Vault as well, which is, if will let me put on stage, there we go. I mean, but how bad does she want to win? This is her 5th time and she came in still not knowing how to make fire. Maybe she's mediocre.
I think she knew how to make fire. She made fire.
She did,
and she did it well. But the problem was, you have all these extenuating circumstances of the wind and things don't stay alight. And she was doing well. I think she knows how to make fire now.
Yeah.
It's how quick can you make.
There's another comment here. Maybe Cirie gets the final, but then due to tsunami/hurricane, such an act of
Armageddon.
God, it was a boat machine.
That's a big one.
Yeah. and yeah, exactly. Her rope did burn.
Yeah.
Eventually, after the challenge was over, which was like pretty funny. How Cirie's in tears, Lisa's in tears, everyone's just sad, and then the rope just casually breaks. That was pretty funny. But yeah. But Richard, Australia versus the world as a whole, 10 episodes long. 3 episodes a week. We saw many huge blindsides throughout the season, like bluffs of advantages. Parvati, who's one of the biggest players on the season, is the winner. Like, were you satisfied with the season?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, from the first pitch, I was like, okay, this is going to be a good season. Rob is out. There's no SA representative. Good. It's going up from here.
Yeah.
But Kirby was amazing. I really like a social game. Unfortunately, she was blindsided. George, who I love, was a bit weird this season. I didn't really like his character this time, but yeah, also got chopped. I mean, yeah, every week was like a huge blindside, and we're getting like 3 episodes a week. It was amazing. Even the winner, like, yeah, it was a beautiful story. Even the flashbacks of people trying to relive their past season moments, or some people trying to correct their mistakes from the last time, like Luke. So yeah, it was perfect, close to perfect.
Yeah. Well, how about you, Michelle? How did you find the season as a whole?
I would put it in my top tier of seasons. I really loved it. After the shock of the first week of Rob and George and David going, that was the ultimate shock. And I think everyone was a bit shell-shocked about that. But the plays were just amazing. The strategy was amazing. And just obviously the challenges were all next level because there weren't the sedentary puzzles and things like that, even though they could have done a whole climbing thing and then had a puzzle at the end or something like that. But they didn't. They should have, instead of having something throwing or some balancing and things like that. But I really enjoyed it. I loved it. a lot of the fans would like a second season, and they've been putting forward their fantasy teams of who they'd like in it, which would be, fun to do that again worldwide.
Yeah.
I hope they do, yeah.
Well, I'm glad that we're all very positive on it. It seems like in the comments as well that everyone has enjoyed the season. We've got 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 from Jenny saying, hope this sequel in 2 to 3 years. But Michelle, I've been doing some research, some digging, all right?
Okay.
And I would like to read out a few comments that I found about the season along the way. I won't name names, but these are some comments made by genuine, real people about the season.
No. I probably know some of these because they've all come out in my group.
Yes.
some of them you have responded to, Michelle.
Oh, have I? Good.
Yeah.
Good.
All right. All right. So I've just exited out. So let me just find the comments here.
Oh my God! You're not actually displaying them, are you?
No. I won't.
Michelle's gonna be like, leave my group. I don't like your comments. You're ugly.
No,
Get out.
Okay.
No, I don't say that.
I said this one to Richard, Dylan, and V last week, but it's so good. I saved it just for you, Michelle. So as I said, real genuine comment. Okay, so last night where all the votes were on Lisa and one on Janine. Why did they cut who voted? All the girls put Lisa. Did Luke write down Janine?
Like what?
It was a unanimous vote on Lisa.
Yeah.
And they didn't show the one vote for Janine.
Yeah.
So did Luke vote for Janine?
That's silly.
I don't understand some of my members. Yeah.
Yeah. And another good one is anyone else totally irritated with the tribal councils in this series? Little groups whispering to each other and then other people getting involved, then splitting up to form a different group. A name is decided for the vote and then another. I don't know. I just get bored watching it.
Yeah. It's so boring, isn't it? It's just so boring watching people trying to save their lives in a game of Survivor. Yeah.
For money. Yeah.
This was the single most boring and unsatisfying season of Survivor ever. It felt like
I saw that and I thought I can't even respond to that. I just can't. Did I even respond with an emoji? Not an emoji, with like a meme or something?
No, I didn't see your comment on this one. It felt like everyone was just reading lines and playing roles, and Parvati is a pick-me girl masquerading as a girl's girl. She doesn't uplift women, she uses them. I have no problem with that strategy, but don't pretend like you are a feminist doing it for the women. Fletch, no more returning players for a while, please. I've had enough of Survivor royalty now. Which one straight after that was, I'm beginning to believe that the entire show has been planned and scripted. How can the so-called legends make so many stupid decisions? My thoughts are that they're all paid a generous incentive to act it out according to the script.
What I need to say is people get off the couch. Get off the couch. Play a game. Yeah. Play a game and see if you make stupid decisions in the spur of the moment when you don't trust anybody and you don't know who's with you. Like, seriously.
No joke. And you're hungry and you're in the rain.
They're members, and I have super fans, I have normal fans, and I have the people who have no idea what they're talking about, but they enjoy the show, or they don't enjoy the show, but they like the show sort of to some extent. But really, the world is full of a lot of different people, and they're allowed their own opinions.
Yeah.
But sometimes you need informed opinions, or you need opinions which come from a base of fact or some sort of base of knowledge in some form. But if you've never played, if you've never done any sort of game online, you can't really say sweeping comments like that.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I comment here from Vault, which by the way, you guys may not know, but the Vault was actually on $1 Million Island. So he knows. He's got all the inside information. It's true. Reality TV, it's all scripted. You have to know your lines prior to start. He would know. He was there on $1 Million Island. He was like the biggest villain on screen. Yeah, he
No
was
joke.
actually on $1 Million Island.
Wait a minute. He
Like
was a
legit.
cast member or a cameraman?
Oh, and don't forget, and first dates as well. Volt, you're a bloody legend. I need to find that first dates episode. If you can send it to me, that'd be legendary.
He was a producer or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, please. We don't talk about that dumb show. Yeah, so the Vault. So for context, on the Nullified Take, Kahuna and I covered $1 Million Island. The Vault was a massive, what's the word I'm saying? Massive personality, and our comments were like, "Oh, you must do something massive on the show." What's really difficult about that show is that you had an hour or something. You might know a bit more, but hour per episode, and there's 100 people. You know, so quite a lot of people didn't get any screen time whatsoever. We're just
Right.
And so, exactly. Vault was literally an extra, which is still the most disappointing thing that they've ever done. I can't believe they made you an extra, bro. Gosh, but yeah, and just a couple more things. One more is a comment. I can't find the actual screenshot, but I remember it roughly enough, which is how stupid are these players? We can see everything that's going on. Why can't they?
Because they're not viewing it through a camera lens. It's edited.
Exactly.
Conditioned or something.
Yeah. And another one, it's the final. It wasn't really a comment. It was like a series of comments, if that makes sense. It's kind of like a story almost, where they were spoiled, right, on who won, right? So they were spoiled that Parvati won the season and felt like that the edit made it too obvious that Parvati won. But it's like, if you were spoiled who won, obviously it's going to be obvious.
Yeah.
Who won. You get what I mean? So I don't even know what that random Parvati, whatever the whole point even was. And so, like I agree with you, Michelle. Everyone's allowed their own opinion. I'm someone whose opinions are often very like, why would you even have that? You go, I mean, like, that's such like a dumb idea, you know? But like sometimes there's some which are just, what planet are you even on?
I know.
You go on a minute.
When it's so far left of field, I can't even respond. I just sit there and go, I can't. I'll go to the next notification
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I put them through on the group because I want these comments and these posts to go through so that everyone else can try and tell them like the right thing, because I can't cope. So I'll throw you to the wolves. And that's what I sometimes do. I throw people to the wolves and they get them.
One thing I keep saying is that winning wasn't Parvati's contract. If you genuinely believe that, why on earth are you knowingly watching a scripted show and then complain that it's scripted? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. And there's always gonna be numpties out there just gotta laugh. I 100% agree. And Parvati's win was a chain of perfect events start with Dondi. Yeah, who would have thought? Right, you know, Parvati and David, what Parvati said in an interview that she had 3 weeks to prepare for Australian Survivor coming out of Deal or No Deal Island, and how much, even though that show hadn't even aired, how much of a storyline that actually was on Australia versus the world. Like, it was a whole big thing. Should she be voted out first because of her connection to David, right? And then maybe, I don't know if it's actually been said anywhere, maybe that's why her and Luke actually work together really well, because of David. You know, do we think that maybe that there was something there?
But that whole thing, because that existed, because Dondi was there, that's why Rob went out first. So if Dondi didn't exist, who would have gone out first? It wouldn't have been him.
Yeah.
Maybe. And a commentary from Survivor Twist, which I'd love to sort of talk into a little bit more. Is Survivor turning into the challenge with five times plus players? Well, let's quickly talk about the returning players this season. How many players are officially retired? Like, how many players is this their swan song? Like, is their last time we're ever going to see them play? We'll start off with the Australian tribe. Luke. Are we going to see Luke come back and play again?
I think so, yeah.
Good.
You reckon
yeah.
he's got another go in
Yeah.
him?
He
Yeah.
wants to win, yeah.
Right. How about with Kirby?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
She loves it.
She's-
She wants to go again.
Yeah, like I think Kirby's one of the biggest locks on the season to actually come back and play a second time. Janine, is Janine
No.
ever going to come?
She's rich. I mean, why?
I
Yeah,
don't think
rich,
her
rich.
not her ego, her not ego. I don't want to use that word, but I don't think
good
she
life,
could
yeah.
innately do it again because of losing twice.
Yeah. How about Sarah? It took her
No, I think
8
she's
years to
burnt
come back.
herself. I don't think she'd be invited.
You reckon?
No.
Yeah. No, I personally would love to see Sarah come back and play a third time. Like I think she's got maybe an interesting story for a third season, but I just can't see what maybe like a game changer season, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I'd love to see Sarah come back and play again. And a comment here from the vault saying, I don't think we need Sarah. I'll be okay without LOL. I mean, I don't know. I feel like she got kind of done a little bit dirty with just Australia versus the world of it all, right? Where it's like the people who she's playing with are like, you think of the franchise, those are the players that comes to mind. And Sarah was just not one of those players. So I think just a little bit out of her depth, if that makes sense.
I really do think, outside of being a beautiful, I don't see what she brings to the game because she seemed very panicked and self-doubting the whole time. Yeah, there wasn't much, but I mean, she's a super fan, I guess. So maybe I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. How about George?
Oh, he's coming back.
He'd love to, I think.
Yeah.
I think similar to how US Survivor will die with Jeff, Australian Survivor will die with George. You know, George will keep on coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, like I feel like his run ended way too soon. I do think that some of it was his own doing. I think while part of it was that he was already screwed, I think throwing Kirby under the bus in front of David, and then also like was it really undermining Luke and Janine as well, I think was kind of his downfall as well. But I would love to see George come back and play a fourth time. I reckon he'd be really good on a fourth run. How about Shawnee?
I think she's done.
She's done, you
Love her as a
reckon?
host, though.
I can see her maybe coming back.
You're very positive.
Like, yeah, like I'm trying to think what's it like. I can see a fifth run, but I don't think it's going to be for a long while. A long while though. Like I think similar to Luke, I think both of them are going to be out for a long while, and then maybe they'll come out together in some future Legends, you know, best of never win season, All Stars 2 or something. I don't know. Am I missing anyone? Oh, and David.
No.
Yeah, he's the host.
Oh,
yeah,
true,
he's coming back. I mean,
he's never going to come back. I mean, like even if like maybe he gets swapped out or something, maybe JLP comes back. You don't think even if David leaves, he ever comes back to play again? Like he's officially all done.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah. All right. How about some of the internationals? Like, let's start with Tommy. Dirk and Tommy.
I think he would. I think he'd be up for it.
Yeah,
for another Australian season.
Well, anything. I think another one of his own seasons if they do All Stars over there.
Yeah, I reckon for sure Survive Finland All Stars, or I'd love to see him again in Australian Survivor. I feel like he was like a really good like player in the season. I'd love to see him maybe come back with Australia vs World 2, or maybe they bring him back as like, you know, like the Sandra of the season or the Russell of the season. I reckon that'd be pretty fun to watch. How about Lisa?
No,
I think she's done.
I don't think so. I know she loves it, but New Zealand isn't coming back.
No,
and she's going to be invited anywhere else.
Yeah, I don't see Australia taking her back.
Yeah, I do wonder if maybe that's why she got like no screen time after episode 1, was maybe because like she does try to quit and we're not too happy with that. So
she's not a big character.
Yeah. How about Cassandra?
Yes.
I could see her doing it again. Yeah.
So fun.
I'd love to see Kat come back and play. She was probably the player this season that I was most surprised about. Now, to be fair, she was the only
in a good
one
way.
this game I didn't see. But with Tommy, it's like, I kind of expected that of him. Anyways, even without watching this season, but with Cass, I was like, I'm really loving Cass. So, I'd love to see Cass come back play again, whether it's Survivor Quebec or another Australian Survivor season. How about Rob? I feel like this is more of a question for you, Richard. What's happening with Survivor South Africa? Do you know?
Nothing. But I don't think Rob would want to play a South African season because he knows he'll be taken out early, regardless of how he plays. So
he said he wants to do Survivor again, but I don't know where he would do it. He said he's back into the vibe of it.
Oh, because maybe him being the first put this time could work well for him in a South African All-Star season.
Maybe.
I guess it makes sense. But I think he'd be more into the challenge because that's more of his thing.
True. Yeah. How about I just forgot the American's name.
Tony, no.
Tony? Yeah, I think he's
too old for it. Yeah, talking tribal.
Yeah, I think this is the last season he ever does in his Survivor period. Which is sad to say, Michelle, what do you think of Tony as a player, as a legacy? He won second boot, won again, second boot, and then was fourth boot. I feel like he really struggled with the two-time winner title.
Well, he just sort of knew it was a foregone conclusion that the 4 internationals would take out the Americans first, and then he heard of the Girls Alliance, and then I think he just lost faith that he could do anything, and that's why the whole shoe came out. I think that this is it. He just couldn't. He knew he didn't have a chance. He tried, but he knew he just didn't have a good chance.
Yeah. And a comment here from Brendan. I hope this is Mucky's final season. Thank you, Brendan. Yes, this is my final season of podcasting, guys. I've done 2 Australian Survivor seasons now. Gosh, I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna, put up my shoe. I'm all done now, And a comment here, unlucky a hand to start with for Tony. Yeah, a lot of people say that George was screwed, but George actually found a way through the first vote. Whereas with Tony, it's he survived the first vote, but that was only because Rob and Parvati had actual arguments and beef, right? But I think if there was none of that, Tony's targeted first, and even then when he's targeted here, there's nothing he could have done. He couldn't use an idol. He couldn't use a fake idol. He couldn't lie about the key because everyone else knew that Parvati had the key. So yeah, very unlucky hand from Tony indeed. How about Cirie?
Well,
after season 50.
No, I think this is it. 50 is it.
Season 50, it's the last one.
Yeah. How sad, right? All these legends are actually going.
Yeah.
It's the last time
There's a lot more. There's a lot of legends that can come up.
Everything has to come to an end at some point, yeah.
And obviously with Parvati as well. She stated that it's the last time that she'll ever play. I know Volt, but there's always magical seeing Parvati, Cirie, your Boston Robs, your Tony's on screen again. And it was always hard knowing it's the last time. Same thing with JLP. I think all of us were sad at the watch party. Michelle, we're like, shit, this is the last. This is the last episode of JLP. So
it's everyone, thank you for coming. Yeah, that's sad.
And how weird is it that his initials were represented in the final 3? I'm sorry, that is really, really weird. Because what are the odds? That's just insane. And they were in the right order.
Michelle.
The right order. My goodness.
Scripted. That's why. It's scripted. Okay. Shall I reread those comments? It's scripted. It's part of the contract.
So that's the only reason why Janine was invited, because they needed a J.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
And just before we do wrap things up with the podcast, Richard, who's your Mount Rushmore for Australia? 4 legendary players for Survivor. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Shawnee has to be there, locked in most days. Social Queen, awesome. David has to be there. Golden God, face of this series. George has to be there because I love him. He's entertaining. I think part of, I'm not sure if it's ego, it's fact that he said the reason why Survivor got international is because he was playing big the whole time, and people are
Yeah.
like, oh, we want to watch this. But number 4 is a tough spot, but I have to pick someone. Ooh,
See, I have the with me personally, I have Shawnee,
yeah,
David, because
yeah,
David played the most dominating winning game with the biggest
yeah.
target on his back, George and Luke.
Yeah,
Ooh,
same.
Because
I put Luke
that's
there
my
only
top.
because the Australian public thinks he's amazing.
I mean, they donated
yeah,
$500,000 to him because they were sad he got voted out.
Mm.
You know, like he's a legend in his own right. You know, and I think that
Sorry.
looking forward to Michelle's Mount Kool-Aid with 4 Robs.
No,
But,
if you said Australian, you said Australian.
Australian, yes.
South African Mount Rushmore. Okay, let's just quickly do South African. Richard, who's
South
in there?
African.
Okay. Okay. Obviously, Rob has to be there, even though I'm not really a fan
Even
of
though you
him.
don't like him, yeah.
Yeah. Who else has to be there? Think. Dino.
Yeah, I'd put him
Yeah,
up.
Dino's also fun. Who else is a big character? Verna has to be there.
Oh, yeah. I
Who's
didn't
the
have him
4th
there,
one?
but yeah.
I need to find a girl that's like really good. I mean, if I don't say Tony,
Palesa.
she's gonna kill me. So I
Palesa?
can't. I have to say Tony. I
What
have to say
about
Tony.
Marion? Marion, but I'd put Palesa there and probably Chappies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big
So it's the
character.
only knock against Chappies was that he was the first one out. But in saying that, he was the first one out and was in the top 3 to win the fan favorite award. So
Yeah, crazy.
yeah, that is actually nuts to really think about, eh? Yeah, I'm not sure because I
US
haven't
Mount
seen
Rushmore. US, go.
Boston Rob, Parvati, Sandra, Tony.
For me, it's Rob Sestinino, Boston Rob, another Rob, and another Rob.
What are the other Robs? I would have Rob, not Sestinino, Rob Mariano,
Mariana.
Cirie, Sandra, and Parvati.
Oh, Parvati.
No.
Yeah. I also comment here from the VOD I love. I think if Rogue isn't in your Mount Rushmore, something's not right. Well, you see, she's a part of the world Mount Rushmore because that's what we've got to do now, right? We've already done
World.
the Tri-Nations. Who is the world Mount Rushmore? Obviously, Rogue because she's South African, she's Jewish, she's American as well. She's Rogue.
No.
Yes.
She's not getting on the
She
rock.
blindsided herself. She orchestrated her own move.
Are we trying to
Paige
do
as well.
Yeah, she was there to promote her movie.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
so obviously Rogue. I'd say now Parvati because she's won the first global championship. You know, you kind of have to put her up there.
Sneaky Steve.
Sneaky Steve.
Sneaky Steve, yes. Rogue, Parvati, Sneaky Steve. Gosh, who'd be the 4th one?
Peg leg.
Yep, I'm happy to chuck in Peg Leg.
There you go.
Yeah.
Absolute
Whoa.
legend.
This is the
I would say
4
Mount
weirdest
Rushmore
people.
Survivor UK. I think it's been like
Crazy
Actually, you
alive.
know what? I think
Wanda.
no. I think Peg Leg and Sneaky Steve would get on really well.
They
Yeah.
actually would.
Killer combo.
Oh, and Kelly the psychologist, obviously.
Oh God.
She's actually so nice in person, Vault. I had the lovely opportunity to get to meet her. She's actually
She seems
very,
fun,
very
yeah.
lovely.
She's lots of fun in real life.
So much fun. And from Survivor Tours, Parvati, Richard Hatch, Dave Gannett, and Turbo. I have heard about Turbo. So Turbo was on the challenge. I don't watch the challenge, but he's won Survivor Turkey twice.
Oh, twice. I thought it was like 4 times or something.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I mean, it might have been 4 times. I've only heard about the twice because I've been trying to make my own list for who I would want on Australia vs. the World 2. And Turbo was someone I came across. It's like, oh, I'd love to see him, like, maybe give it a go. And the other person, right, and Volt, you're going to love this. Her name is Tanya, right? She played in Survivor France. And what happened is that she was kind of like a social outcast on a like whole season, right? Made it to the final 5, all the way on the bottom. And what she did was she food poisoned everyone that was left, including herself. So all of them had to be evacuated. All 5 of them were medically evacuated. And then they all came back in the game. She found an idol, saved herself. I think she won Final 4 immunity as well. And that's how she gets to the Final 4.
So
I'd
good.
love to watch it, but it doesn't have like English translations or something. But it would have been a good season to watch.
I mean, if she doesn't speak English, throw her on the season. Exactly. Tanya for Australia Mr. World too. How was she not contacted for this season?
Yeah.
Crazy. And obviously Rogue for like the for the World Tribe as well, because Rogue represents everything in the around the world as well. But that does bring us to the end of the podcast, guys.
Yeah.
Like, is there anything else we can really chat about from this amazing season?
Yeah, it sums it up.
That's it.
That's it. Any final words or remarks on the season? Like last minute, like feelings, thoughts, like just anything about the season in general.
Yeah, I mean,
I want
it
a
was
season 2. I want a season 2.
Like more people, internationals, someone from the UK, more countries we don't know about. Yeah.
I would say I would like to see a season 2, but maybe save it for like season 21. You know, because I think if there's to be a season 2 in a couple of years, I think the cast wouldn't live up to this cast, even though this cast was really small. The days were short, which I know a lot of people were complaining about. We still had top tier caliber players, and I'm not saying that we can't find those similar players. I think that I think like Ferris would be a good one to have come back and play. Simon, Nick, and stuff. Like I think
Harry.
like Harry, Miles, Brooks, Sean, Haley, like Kirby. There's so many new players. Like I can see Karen becoming a star as well, like AJ and stuff as well. Like there's so many like recent players as well, and we have a whole new season filming right now. I reckon give it a few more seasons.
Redemption.
Yeah. Like I reckon just give a few more seasons. Have another maybe couple returning player seasons and stuff as well. Like whole returning players, not like half and half or a few and some, to really build back up some of these legends. So then when you do another Australia vs. World 2, we can try and match the same like caliber. Because for the world, there's so many legends all around the world. Yeah. Exactly. Like Stephanie LaGrossa could be pretty interesting, or like, you know, Yo Kwan as well could be interesting. Like I could see like, because Tyson, I found out recently Tyson was apparently going to be on Australia vs. World, but before they changed it all up, that accident. Wentworth was supposed to be on it, but then they changed to Parvati. Chappies and Rob were pretty much like this all the way through, but then they dropped Chappies instead of Rob. So there's so many great players that they could have come back that I think like just give it some time to build up more of the Australians, and then we'll have another great rematch, I reckon.
Do you reckon this season makes Jeff Probst look bad? Because I think he's been against the whole, I don't want other people from other thingies, but this turned out to be awesome.
Yeah.
Hopefully
I mean, I think compare this cast to season 50 cast. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
this one
yes, there's some interesting people in season 50, but for me, I'm not excited about season 50. You get what I mean? I do feel bad for Survivor 49. Imagine having your season stuck between Australia vs. the World.
No one's gonna watch that.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Jeff is going to drive Survivor to the ground, unfortunately. But that's a discussion for another time. But yeah, I just want to say as well, like, how lucky are we to experience a season like this as well? This season that we've all been like brand stealing about, talking about who's a better player, like, you know, like Rob or David, who's more dominating winner, who's more crazy, Luke and Tony. And even though we didn't see Tony, David, Rob, and George at the merge interacting with these players, the fact that we still got to try with like Luke, David, George, Shawnee all together. It's pretty bloody mind-blowing to see them all play and integrate together. You know, such an amazing season. Loved it.
I feel like they should make it a one world type of season where everyone's just on the same tribe and it's like, let's see what happens. And yeah, I think that's more fun. But we'll see.
Yeah.
With practical, I don't know.
Yeah, and if you're new to the channel, hang on, let me find it. So I'm doing this on my phone. Subscribe for Cheeky Naughty Times. I'm going to be taking a bit of a small break. I'll be coming and going between different shows, but Michelle and V will be back to do the Amazing Race Australia. The second episode just came out tonight. That's why we're to start an hour later, so that Michelle can watch the Amazing Race. Drew will be coming back to discuss American Survivor season 49, and he'll be doing preseason stuff for season 50 as well. I'll be coming back here and there to do some more Australian Survivor sort of content with stuff that I sort of know about the season coming up. Maybe some fan casting videos, who knows. But thank you all so much for coming along as well. And like Chadude as well. It was so cool getting to meet you at the Sydney watch party as well. And for all the new people as well, like Michelle, we've gained another 25 subscribers since the season started. And so many more like viewers, even on our really crappy, laggy live we did last week, which for all those who watched that, thank you so much. We still got 600 views, I think it was. For that, 600 of you guys watched that. Like, I'm so, like, it means so much to me. Thank you all so much. All you guys are amazing. I love you all. I really appreciate all of you. I really appreciate you both as well, Richard and Michelle. Thanks so much for coming along this journey with me. And until next time, ka kite anō everyone, and we'll catch you all in the next show. Have a good one, guys. Bye.
Bye.